This is the third video to show you how to make the third little house that was made out of bricks. Now this time the house is 3D because remember in the story a house didn't fall down. So we're going to use a box for this one. You don't have to, you can make it a flat one just the same as the other ones have. But I'm going to show you how to make one that stands up when the big bad wolf comes along. Ready? Okay, now I started with a box, the cracker box, and I cut off the top bit so I've got the bit at the top here. Okay, so you can see where I've chopped it off. You might want to chop the bottom off so it stands up by itself and you can make some flaps, but it's nice and easy because the roof is already made for you. Now I'm going to start by putting the orange bricks over the top. So I've cut out an orange piece of paper. I'm just going to glue that over the top. So I'm going to put lots of glue on the front of my house. Doesn't peel off. So I get it nice and straight. There we go. Give it a little squeeze so it doesn't fall off. Now we're ready to make our roof. Now our roof, I've just used a piece rectangle of black paper and I folded it in half. So I'm going to have the same size roof at the front that I have at the back. Now before I put it on, I'm going to draw the tiles on because it's a little bit fiddly trying to draw those on once it's already on. Now I've got a white paint pen, or you might even have your set of pencils at home and white colouring pencil. Don't get to use this very often. I'm going to draw some straight lines right across the roof. And one more. And I'm going to draw the tiles. And I'm going to do the lines in between. So one in between there, one in between there, and then one in between there, one in between there. And the last one's at the bottom. Okay. And I could do a couple going up the top there as well, so it looks like tiles on a roof. Now, to get this effect here, this curved effect, I'm going to, it's a bit sticky on that table. Right, now I've got it folded in half. Remember we've done this trick before. Instead of cutting it twice, we fold it in half and we cut it once. So I'm going to cut those little bumpy shapes just by moving my scissors, or you could draw them out first and then cut round them. So now I'm ready to stick this onto the front, over the top of the flaps, and then round the back. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here to start off with. And this is just going to make sure that this roof isn't bending down and wobbling when that wolf comes. So just overlap it slightly so you can't see where the top of the orange is. And you're going to bend it around, you're going to glue it onto the back so that the same is on either side. You don't want it too far back because it'll be wonky. So put some glue on that flap there. It's all going to be covered up, no one's going to see it. Let's see if, make sure we get it, make it a triangle shape and then give it a little squeeze. There we go. We've got a little space in there. All right. Now, I'm not even going to need to cover that. It looks quite nice as it is. Looks like I even got like a little window on the side of my house there. So we're going to focus on the front of our house. Just squeeze that out. You can see the glue coming through. Now we're going to make a door and we're going to make a little window. Let's start with a window. Now I had a blue piece of paper under here and I've just stuck a tiny bit of ribbon that I found on top to make it look like a curtain. Okay, and I'm going to stick that onto my house there, and then I'm going to cut some white strips of paper around the outside for a window frame. So let's glue that on first so it doesn't wobble while we're making our window frame. There we go. Give it a little squeeze again. Now it's getting a little bit harder because getting glue on the back of this isn't easy. So sometimes I rub my bit of paper onto the glue like that. Now I'm going to measure it and stick it at the same time. It's going to be a little bit tricky. So squeeze that down. Get your scissors. Lift it up a little bit. Give it a chop. Maybe chop one for the bottom. And then 2 long ones for the side. So meantime I'm going to put 2 together there, so I've got 2 the same size. Alright, let's get some glue on these. Around there. And then the 2 long ones on the sides. Oh dear, I've got wobbly glue. There we go. Give that a little squeeze. Oh, it's a bit wonky. That's not very good, is it? Get the side of my window. And then I'm ready to make my cross. There we are, that much matches up there. My cross across the middle. So I've cut a thinner piece of yellow white paper to make the cross. So I'm going to see if I can measure that, see how big it is. I think it's about that big. Measure that across. There, don't need those bits. Let's put the long one on first. There we go. Up the middle. Yep, and then this one across the middle, and it covers up the edge of that ribbon. Oh, my glue, my little bit of paper stuck. It's a hot, sticky day today. There we go. There's our window. Now we're ready for our little yellow door. Now I think I might have to chop that down a little bit because I think my window's a little bit big. It's a bit bigger than the one I made before. So let's just cut that down so there's a little bit of space around the outside. There we are. Let's stick that on. Now in this one I've done a little doorstep. So I've left a little bit of space at the bottom to glue on a bit of brown felt. Again, you don't have to have any felt. You could use a bit of brown paper or something you cut out of a magazine. Right, I'm going to get my pens now to draw the door panels. Right, I'm going to use an orange pen on here and I'm going to draw 4 rectangles. One at the top. Hold my house really still while I do it. Another one at the bottom. I'm going to leave a little space because I've got to use my dark brown pen for a letterbox. And just to make it look like it's 3D, I've coloured a little bit wider that side and a little bit wider that side. And that one. You could do this before you stick it on, it might be a little bit easier. There we are, in my brown pen. Let's do the letterbox. A long thing, rectangle with a little line in the middle. Where you put the letters in. There we are. Now I'm ready to decorate it. Now, remember the house is made of bricks to stop the wolf blowing it down. So I'm going to draw the bricks. I'm going to draw some rectangles. Again, I'm not going to draw them all over. I'm just going to draw a few to give the effect. It's made of bricks, and a couple down here. Now, just like all the other houses that the pigs lived in, they all grew flowers outside their house. So again, I found some different ones. I found some beads, some really tiny beads that I have that were flower shaped, just a few of them. So I'm going to glue them on again. You could cut them out of birthday cards. You can make your own. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on these. You might have some left over from some little kits that you might have been bought for your birthday. Let's glue that one on. These are going to be growing around the door. And then I've got some little daisies to grow. And if you put enough of this glue on, they'll stay on. There's a tall one there. And I've got a little yellow one here. Oh, these are so small. There we go. That little squeeze. Now I'm going to use my green pen to join them all together. I'm going to draw a stem on that one. And some tall leaves. A little stem on that one. And some shorter ones. Now this one I'm going to draw a little bit like we did our beanstalk. A wiggly line. To join it together, careful because remember they're still wet. And I'm going to draw a leaf on the end there. Leaf on that side. Leaf on that side. And then I'm going to draw These are tiny leaves. There we go. Looks like a little beanstalk growing around the door. And just to finish it off, there might be a butterfly flying by. And again, this is a little bead I had. So I can glue this onto my roof. But equally, remember, I drew one before we could cut that out and stick that on the roof so you can make your own. So the last bit, lots of glue. Very fiddly. And pop it onto your roof. There we go. There we are. Now, just to finish off so you can hang it up, you could pop some ribbon through the hole to hang it up. Now, what's special about this one is, remember in the story that the wolf came along and he couldn't blow it down. Watch, put the pig inside and he was safe in his house made of bricks. And that made him really happy. There we are. He lived happily ever after. There we go.